Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in a game between AT and Delphi versus Liquid TLO. Here on Shakuras Plateau, we have Delphi spawning as the pretty pink Zerg player over here on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Liquid TLO spawning as the red Terran on the top left hand side. TLO once again using Terran for all you guys who are like, wait, I thought he was Zerg. Yes, that was a long time ago. But he is once again Terran, and we'll see how he does. TLO recently has been a little bit rusty, I would say. He took a little bit of a break to help his carpal tunnel, and now that he is back, he's trying to get back into the groove of things, and we'll see how he does, as this is normally a Zerg favored map on Shakuras Plateau. An easy second and an easy third base able to be established. However, Terran players normally able to push in, and if the game either ends short or long, it is generally in favor of Terran. So we'll see how this particular game goes, as TLO now building a supply depot close to his home. And we'll see what he's going to try to go for. He is going for a refinery first. So an interesting build, a 12 gas as opposed to a 12 racks now here on Shakuras Plateau. Meanwhile, back over here, Delphi looks like he hasn't built anything as of yet either. He doesn't have a spawning pool. He doesn't have an extractor. He doesn't have a hatchery. Therefore, I can't really make any predictions. It looks like he will be going for that 15 hatch now down on the low ground. I do not expect this one drone to start mining before. He is going to do a quick check, make sure there are no proxy barracks there, and then grow up and be a hatchery. In comes this one barracks. Now the barracks is a little bit late. We'll see if Delphi does scout this out and respond to it in time. You can see TLO sitting on 15 food right now, and now only halfway done with this barracks. SCV now going to make its way over, try to get some damage onto this drone. The drone going to be taking a lot of damage, and oh, the SCV pulling off at just the right time. And this SCV is rather low on hit points. No, it's going to do a quick swap there as the drone now once again tries to engage the two SCVs versus the one drone. The drone being very careful to try to dodge and get away, and this means that we should be able to get a very fast factory now. So yes, it is going to be a fast factory, followed by perhaps another supply depot here. Another supply depot here. We may also add on a reactor as well. We'll see what's going to be happening here in just a moment. Very early Hellions, most likely. Actually, no, TLO hasn't built anything as of yet, so not quite sure what his long-term strategy or his long-term goal is. SCVs, as he is also now getting a lot of minerals banked up at this course in the game. Perhaps he's going for an early starport, and an early starport would be a rather unusual opening, but it would allow him actually, no, he stopped harvesting gas. All right, so I'm not going to make any more predictions on what TLO is going to try to do right now. It looks like he's just going to be building a command center instead after training up a Hellion and building up another supply depot, even though he, or sorry, not a supply depot, an SCV. So TLO's build order rather unusual. Meanwhile, Delphi now opening up with the spine crawler on the ramp. Perhaps he was expecting Hellions, but the Hellions will not be coming in at all. TLO now wandering around with this one Hellion would be able to get a little bit of pressure as a Zergling going to run straight into this Hellion. The Hellion does have faster movement speed right now. Going to chase after that Zergling. The Zergling will just get destroyed and toasted there as a second Hellion now being added. Also a Reaper being added as well. So a Reaper and a Hellion on the move, and this may spell a little bit of problems or a little bit of issues for Delphi. Delphi, he does have one spine crawler, but the spine crawler is not going to really be able to deal with that Reaper all too much, as it is going to be in that fixed location. And now going into Nitro packs. So we are going into, mass Reapers perhaps? That would be perhaps one of the strangest strategies I've seen from TLO. But then TLO, very known for unorthodox strategies, mass Reapers here on Shakuras Plateau. Taking a look back over here, Delphi currently running off of one gas, getting those harvesters back in. We are getting the metabolic boost onto those Zerglings in just a moment. We only have one barracks right now training Reapers, so it's not going to be that effective mass Reapers, but a second barracks with a tech lab about to be completed, as the Hellions are now just keeping track of the front door, making sure that creep is not being spread. 3 Hellions at the front door. We can see now double gas coming in from Delphi at the natural expansion. So triple gas extractors now being built. The Hellions now trying to come around that far corner, able to shut down that Zergling. But another Zergling able to get out that front door. So a front door Zergling now making its way out. We are going to have 2 Reapers here as we are now going into another barracks. A new Hellion going to try to intercept this one Zergling. The Zergling will get torched just a little bit. Will it be able to... no, it will not be able to sneak by. And it didn't see the Reaper. So that was very, very important. As TLO now going to move out with these 3 Reapers. Yeah, with these 3 Reapers now, and we'll see how much damage he can really do. 4 Hellions and 3 Reapers, and this is a very, very heavy harassment build, as you now see a mass number of drones being queued up by Delphi. Delphi may be in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have enough to really fend off this attack just quite yet. Did the Reapers actually get spotted? I'm not 100% sure. I don't see any units in production as of yet. I heard a spawn larva down over here. Will it train up units is the key question. A couple Zerglings now being added here. 4 Reapers going to be had 5 Hellions. So 5 Hellions and 4 Reapers going to just try to bust open this front door. The Spine Crawler, if they actually absorb too much damage or deal too much damage to those Hellions, but we are getting Banelings now. So Banelings are now coming into play. Hellions not going to make their way through. And this one Spine Crawler absolutely destroyed in a matter of seconds. You can see a lot of damage to be had. Banelings now trying to make their way in, but the Banelings are a little bit slower. As yes, the Banelings are slower. There in comes the Queen. The Queen now trying to engage. But Delphi not ready for this crazy Hellion Reaper build, as now Banelings are trying to push into position as well. It looks like the Banelings are not going to find their target. Mass Reapers, mass Hellions, dealing a lot of damage. Perhaps going to get some nice damage. Oh, one Baneling dealing so much damage there. The Hellions now trying to torch off the rest, as we are going into a Spire by Delphi. So Delphi does have a lot of gas right now, and will be able to get up 6 Mutalisks in just a moment. TLO running off of 2 bases now, 38 drones compared to 47. There wasn't that much damage, and a quick contamination onto this tech lab, stopping that stim pack from being researched, adding or making it a full 200 seconds in order to research stim pack if 170 wasn't long enough already. Spire is going to be finished in just a moment. We should be getting about 6 Mutalisks in play. I do not, but there is now enough. Yes, there is going to be enough food in order, and there's those 6 Mutalisks taking to the skies. A 7th one being added, and now 8. So 8 Mutalisks to try to push back TLO. TLO did deal a little bit of damage, but he really wasn't that successful, as the Reapers are now attempting to run away. But the Reapers are going to have a very, very bad day trying to go after running away from those Zerglings. The Zerglings, however, are not swarming, and now just jumping up and down with those Reapers. The Reapers able to back off, but where are those Mutalisks? The Mutalisks are now going to be the stars of the show. We can see 8 Mutalisks now trying to take this advantage. Delphi needs to get a lot of damage dealt with these Mutalisks. He is now currently setting up his 3rd base here at the 3 o'clock expansion location, but will it be enough? As we see 1 Reaper down over here, and Zerglings already ready to meet and greet this 1 Reaper. TLO sitting at 78 over 78, supply blocked right now, and that is going to be a definite issue. We can see the stim pack has been completed. We are now adding more medevacs. Marines being added as well. The Mutalisks are going to just simply be able to fly by and get in a lot of damage. Where are they? There they are, running straight into this group already. Now going after the tech lab. Tech lab taking a lot of damage already. Marines now trying to make their way over. The Marines may be able to shut it down, or shut off this harassment, as this tech lab, gets destroyed just before that SCB was able to make it in. Now the Marines all going to get unloaded there. The SCB unable to repair that tech lab, and only 1 Thor will be added. So TLO not going to have the Thor unit. Only 1 Thor to try to fend off this swarm of Mutalisks. At least be able to force your opponent to try and magic box. Delphi now coming in perhaps with somewhere in the realm of 12 Mutalisks here. So far, it looks like 14 now coming in. An SCV getting destroyed there. The Thor will be added, and now so we do have 1 Thor operational. Marines over here adding on this tech lab. Once again, going to add to the build time of this Thor. It looks like TLO bought the collector's edition of StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty. As the now in come those Mutalisks. The Mutalisks are going to run in and, however, now try to shut down this Thor. The Thor, however, completely unprotected, and that's going to be a problem. But no, the Mutalisks being forced to flee by all of those Marines once again. Level 1 weapons upgrade on no units as of yet, but we are getting that blue flame research in order to be able to 2-shot those Zerglings and those drones, as this is part of patch 136. Delphi currently about to set up his third base. He does have some spine crawlers in position to fend off any sort of attack. You can see that the Mutalisks are just flying around looking to deal even more damage. They haven't really dealt that much harassment damage, but TLO has not set up a missile turret yet. So without missile turrets, these Mutalisks may be able to simply fly in and just harass this mineral line. There are a decent group of Marines. The Marines are now should be able to stim over as those Mutalisks are going to take a little bit of damage. Some damage also absorbed by those Marines, but the Mutalisks still haven't dealt that much yet. Taking a look at the losses, we are currently dead even, but we also know that Delphi is slightly ahead with 64 drones compared to 52 SCVs, even though the food count is about even right now. One poor Zergling dying to the hands, or rather to the Thor's hammer here, as the two Thors are just going to sit off in this location. One Marine accidentally picked up there, as now the Hellions, Marines, Thors are going to be making a move. There are currently 7 medevacs, a couple Marauders as well. And if we do see a lot of Roaches are perhaps the only thing that can really shut down TLO's very large attack force. The Mutalisks are not going to be that effective at all, as the Marines are now running straight into a group of Mutalisks there. The Mutalisks are going to try to fly around, but it looks like this one barracks will get destroyed as well. But a large attacking force now pushing in. There are a lot of Banelings, though, so the Banelings may be able to perhaps destroy all of these units in time, as the Banelings are now running in. The Banelings are going to melt away a lot of those Marines. Units are now trying to pull back, but TLO getting caught out of position. One of these Thors trying to stay alive. The Thor, I believe, over here has been magic boxes. The Marines now coming back in, and a very low hit point Thor continuing this push. And TLO with a much larger army able to just simply destroy this third expansion here. The Queen will get taken down. There are still a lot of medevacs in the air. 2 Thors on the ground still, as the barracks now has absorbed a lot of damage. This one Thor will get taken down as the Hellions finish off many of the Zerglings, and the Queen also getting destroyed as well. A file of units still making their way in. TLO needs to start fighting back with those units. Another Mutalisk will get destroyed. This Thor down to 15 hit points, but still somehow able to stay in this fight, as the main hatchery, or this third base over here, has been destroyed. Thor now pushing its way into position. It looks like the Thor will be able to get a round of Javelin missiles into the back, as the Thor now continue its push up this ramp. Mutalisks now continuing that push as well. It looks like the Thor will get picked up. A very, very low hit point Thor picked up by TLO, making sure to just maximize his DPS and saving a very low hit point unit in order to get more damage once again. The Thor now comes in, and there's the GG. Well played by Delphi. TLO taking this game here on Shakuras Plateau. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.